Welcome to the second game of the day. We got a bit of a doubleheader going on here. It is Andromeda versus New York Nutbusters, and I believe draft is starting any second. Literally a minute from now. We don't have too much time to talk about anything, but this game is between the two teams who did not make playoffs, so we're probably going to see some for funning going on. The champions to watch, we can see here, we do have the Mordekaiser, the Shyvana, Victor, and the Rel, and the Caitlyn, and the Ornn, Viego, Kiana, Twitch, and Morgana on the other side. I'm expecting to see a lot of these champions band away as there's a lot of one-tricking here. Dave probably not going to see that Katarina. The Twitch probably gone, and Mike does play a bit of Rengar, so that might go away as well. But usually that ends up going through and the Kindred does get banned instead. I'm just going to keep checking on draft and see if it starts. Stanley Victor has been lower prio this season than it has been in the past, so we might not actually see that taken away. The Caitlyn from Alex could be something to look for, and the Shyvana from Jonah does get banned away a lot. PB's Rel likely to be off the table. I don't think he's gotten access to it in quite a long time. So I'm a bit doubtful. But anyway, I think we're just going to see a lot of one-tricks picked away. Jinx is super high prio here. I'm not sure if the teams are aware of it, but both Alex and Will are Jinx players, so we could see either.
You know, I didn't get this. Didn't get to any like closing. So, what are you expecting to see from Andromeda here?
Probably bot lane dominance, weak side jungle top. That's what they're kind of known for. Stanley likes these supportive mids. But yeah,
he does like the scaling mage mids, but you know, I think there's like an actual opportunity here for Alana to play like more of the like bruiser style rather than just tanks or like Mordekaiser. I think there's a opportunity there for her, just because she's playing into a known tank player.
Yeah, I mean, Mordekaiser is going to be really good, so is the Alawi. There have been a lot of Shen games recently, so we could see that instead. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of it, but it hasn't been performing as well as some of those other picks, and I think the extra comfort from Alana might just come through here. Andromeda probably would really like to end on a 3-7 record. It does feel a bit nicer than the 2-8. But you can say the same for New York Nutbusters. They probably want to get these wins here too. But I think on the side of Andromeda, the game isn't super high stakes, so you probably just want to go for comfort and try to have the most fun you can and try and get it out. We are getting into drafts right now. First ban is on the side of Andromeda, taking away the Katarina. Not a super big surprise there.
No Katarina for Dave. I'm assuming no Victor for Stanley either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's as big of a threat as it's been in the past. He's looked to play a lot of these other champions, and I think you really want to be looking at those more so than the other ones. In the last series that these two teams played together against each other, Orianna was huge from Stanley, so I'm expected to probably see that taken away over some of these other control mages he's shown. The Swain, I'm not entirely sure. Alex actually did play it previously. I'm not sure on what team it was against. I want to say it was against MVP. So they might just be covering
Maybe they were just watching the last game. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, Twitch is what we're going to see banned away here. I don't think Stanley's going to be the one playing the Swain. It's probably against Alex. He's the only one who has played it. They're banning the Shen, which I think is kind of interesting, which means that Rel is probably going to be left open, either Rel or Caitlyn or Jinx. So Andromeda's probably going to get a power pick, but they might just be leaving up many power picks to try and work around it. They might be confident with the Morgana into the Rel. They are just going with the triple one-trick ban on the side of Andromeda, which I think is super reasonable. But Jinx is being left up here, Rel is being left up here, and Orianna's left up here. So we do need to be smart about which of those prio picks we're taking. They're probably not going to take some of those away. And actually the Aphelios left up as well. It is one of Alex's strongest champions, but it's not super good in the meta right now. Asol is going to be denied from Stanley. It's a champion he's slammed on R5 a lot. They don't actually have red side, so they might not be picking it, but they think Briar is the best champion in the game right now, so they are going to be picking that. I really am not a fan of that. There's a lot of champions that can counter this Briar, which make it you know, kind of tough to slam super early in the draft, but maybe Andromeda is taking what I said to heart and just having a bit of fun here.
I mean, arguably, with Dominic's smaller champion pool, there's not going to be as many options for the Briar answers here. I know All-Stars probably answer that Dominic could whip out, but you know, you're missing a little bit of answers here.
Yeah, I
There
mean,
you go.
honestly, Morgana into Briar, I'm a huge fan of anyway, because Briar has to path pretty much in a straight line, so you hit the Q, and what's she gonna do? She just gets stuck standing still there. Vigar Ziggs is really interesting. Ziggs is a bit of a counter to the Jinx, so if they think Alex is going to pick up the Jinx and didn't want to pick it themselves, the Ziggs is a really good pick there. But I think this Ziggs Vigar is going to be some meta bending. Probably one of these champions is going to be in a role where you're not expecting it.
Ziggs ADC Vigar bot?
Well,
Maybe?
680C Vigar mid is the expected roles. I just have a feeling that it's going to be something else. If Andromeda is sticking to the meta here, we're expecting to see Orianna Jinx. But they're
We're gonna see no?
they're actually not picking anything. This is probably going to be Briar top, I would have to guess, if they're picking a jungler after there.
Maokai.
The empty pick is Maokai.
Okay.
And then the next pick is Blitzcrank.
Okay.
Uh,
So that's support, that's top side.
yeah, I mean, this is
So
a
we need a
huge
mid
heat check
ADC.
towards Dominic. They're expecting him to play the Morgana, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So just can you spell shield the right person at the right timing? That's the question that you're asking with Blitzcrank. Singe top, bit interesting.
Was Russ play singed?
I don't know. I don't really know what's going on here. Kaisa is just going to be locked in set.
Okay,
I think it's a bit of a
Kaisa's
troll hover. Yeah,
Wait,
I mean,
hold on.
Kaisa is one of Will's most comfortable champions, so I think this actually makes a lot of sense. I'm really surprised that we're not seeing higher Jinx prior on these games. This champion is super overpowered. So yeah.
Is it Vagar? Support?
I mean, it's possible. I'm guessing it's probably one of these champions in the jungle. Will did play an ADC top last time, so we could see something like that too. It's really hard to know. If we see the Ahri or Morgana, they're almost definitely for Dominic and mid or support, but it's hard to know if they're doing something else.
All right.
I don't know why we're banning a top laner. I'm pretty sure or a jungler. Briar and Maokai are almost definitely
what's
the top
going on
jungle.
here?
It's possible that they're spelling something. Like same, maybe? I don't really know, though. There could be a joke there. I'm not really sure.
What's going on here? Well, I think the next pick will enlighten us as to the nature of this draft. They have to pick something in the jungle here, surely, if you're New York Nutbusters. Surely, okay, well, that's for Dominic.
Yeah.
So, Ahri into whatever mid Stanley chooses here. Oh!
Well, we're seeing
This Game Link!
Who's playing that? Are these rosters correct?
It's Game Link! I mean, did you put them in?
No, I went with what they said.
Then yeah, it probably is. Is Stanley playing Gangplank?
Yeah, this is some weird shit.
Ain't no way.
I guess Stanley is playing GP mid into an
alright. What?
Okay.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I have not the faintest clue.
Yeah. Well.
Huh.
Who's the ADC?
Briar?
Briar? Do you think it could be Briar ADC?
I have genuinely no clue.
Huh?
I'm not even going to make champion assets for this. I genuinely have no clue. We have 3 mid laners on one team, and we have like 4 top laners on the other team.
New York Nutbusters,
and they're not even picking. It's Pyke. Pyke is going to be Dave. I can tell you that much.
Okay.
I don't know who's jungling. Kaisa jungle is maybe the most real jungle out of all these, but all of them are terrible.
What if it's Dominic jungle
on Ahri? That's what I would expect the least. I guess
what else?
I guess we're just fully for funning it. I was expecting these teams to want to end on a win, especially Andromeda, because this is their last game. I was expecting them to try to end on a win by going a bit more meta, but it seems like we are just fully sending it, which is a bit interesting.
I think, yeah. Who jungles?
Yeah, I don't. Well, the other team has too many jungles. You have 3 jungles. 4 if you count Blitzcrank, even though they nerfed it. On the other team, you have like maybe Kaisa, but it's
I
really
don't
hard to
think
tell.
Kaisa can. Right? Like,
She used to be
can
able
Kaisa
to.
do
I don't know if she
raptors?
can anymore. You don't need to do Raptors.
Can Kaisa do wolves? I mean, you can do Gromp and blue just fine, but
Yeah, this is a really tough one. I'm not really sure what we're looking at here.
or maybe there's no jungle and maybe it's 2 supports.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe it's 2 supports and the enemy team has 2 jungles,
yeah,
and maybe
I
it's
really have. I have not the faintest clue what's going on here. It's hard to even predict. I would, in terms of players, I want to say PB's played Rumble before. I don't think anyone else on that team's played Rumble before. Jonah on the
Jonah.
Maokai probably makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's probably Briar Blitzcrank bot, if I had to guess. And then that would put Alana on GP. Wait, no. That would put.
No, it puts Stanley on GP. You haven't called a mid laner yet.
Then who's top? Rumble? Oh,
Maokai.
Alana. Maybe.
Maokai.
Dude,
Right?
I have no clue. They're getting into the lobby. Everyone's like on the wrong team. This is so confusing.
Well, okay. Maybe dissecting Nerd Numbusters is easier.
Is
So
it
it's
though?
probably
You have 3 mid laners and then a bot lane.
well, there's only one champion here that can go top, right?
Let's for the culture say
Unless
Ziggs top, Vigar jungle.
yeah, Ziggs top, right?
You're just
Jungle.
stacking your Q on the camps, maybe.
I mean, do you think Ziggs can jungle? I think it's not the most outrageous thing to do.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily better or worse than Vigar,
Yeah.
but they're both pretty bad. I think Kaisa or Ari has the easiest time jungling, but neither of them are going to be able to clear well.
It's
I don't
like
know.
out of
I'm putting some stake in the double support strategy.
I'm gonna put some stake in the double support, yeah.
I mean, unless the
I think
teams are like
Andromeda.
literally inting. Someone just add a bunch of bots to the game. So
What if Andromeda has double jungle and it's Maokai and Briar both in the jungle? Gangplank bot, Blitzcrank mid, and Rumble top.
it seems like someone is restarting their computer, so it's gonna take a bit.
Classic. This season we do not have DoorDash diff.
Yeah, we
Instead, we
just
have
have
computer diff.
technical difficulties stiff.
We just have difficulties.
We'll toss up the graphic for the culture.
Grubhub and DoorDash. I'm just a little sad at Uber Eats.
Yeah. Sorry, Uber Eats. We're a hater.
But actually, completely unrelated to the game, but very related to
Well,
Uber
they
Eats.
just started a game with a bunch of bots in it, so that's
That's
great.
fantastic. My workplace actually, the Uber Eats account got like hacked, and
Amazing.
it's only done to all it's done is reinforce my belief that Uber Eats is like a company with some of the worst cybersecurity I've ever seen in my life.
Well, is it a tech company?
Well, no, but
Okay, good.
it's kind of sad when you're getting outdone by McDonald's.
Yeah, that's fair. I wasn't sure if you like had like a company account to order Uber Eats. Because that would be very funny.
Yo, I literally work at a bubble tea store. The heck? We would just like order from across the city. We would have like other like bubble tea stores, like Uber Eats, showing up to our store.
Yeah, we actually don't make bubble tea. We just like we order bubble tea
We order
here.
it and then we serve it to the customer.
Oh my god.
What do you work as, buddy?
I do software engineering.
You got one of the fun jobs, Smile.
Yeah.
Uh, Once I finish my degree, I'm planning on working on medical office assistancy.
Gotcha. That makes sense. That seems fun. You could probably hack
Uh,
their Uber Eats account as well.
I'm going to order from like KFC and bring it straight to the geriatrics department.
Oh my god. Well, everyone is at least in the lobby. Um, the orders are crazy, but I'm not
Big,
really going to put too much stock in that. But yeah,
big.
I mean, the key matchup, which I was hoping we'd actually get to see, but who knows at this point, was supposed to be Stanley versus Dave. Both of these players have played a lot of mid lane in this server and have very similar performance across their games. Very close to 50% win rate for both of them, and the KDs are both around that 2.7 mark. But in the matchup, Dave has historically just like put Stanley through the ringer. So I wonder if they are role swapping on the side of Andromeda to avoid that. It's pretty hard to tell, though, especially with this crazy draft. Dave having played the Zac mid into Stanley is pretty funny, but it looks like he normally does play a lot of Assassins, but we're not really seeing any of those on the other side except the Pike, which I'm pretty sure is going to go to Dave. I actually can't tell who is playing these champions on the other side of the draft. I can only see Andromeda's roles, but it is going to be Alex on the Rumble, PB on the Maokai, Jonah on the Gangplank, Alana and Stanley playing Briar Blitzcrank bot. So it looks like it's probably normal roles from these players. Jonah is actually a pretty good GP player. He's role swapped to jungle for the last couple seasons, but he's played a lot of different roles leading up to it. So this is something that I'm excited to see. It looks like he's probably going to be playing into Dominic's Ahri in the mid lane. Dave probably playing Pike top, from what I can tell, and then maybe Will Kaisa jungle, and then Vigar Ziggs is the bot lane, which would be Russ and Mike, but it's hard to tell. It could be Will on one of the bot laners with Russ, and then
Really
Mike could be
anything.
jungling for Kaisa. But my hard read is that Will is either the Vigar or Kaisa, and same with Mike. And then Russ is going to be on the Ziggs, Dominic on the Ahri, and then Dave on that Pike top. But this is a very weird game. But yeah, both PB and Mike have basically already gotten to that 100 games threshold. PB has actually crossed it. Mike just a bit below.
My God.
But these players are pretty new to the server, so seeing them compete against each other as former teammates on the old New York Nutbusters is really exciting. Mike is kind of playing against his old bot lane, but unfortunately not too many stakes in this game, as it is just for final placement. This game actually doesn't matter for standings at all, but I think that's why we're seeing some of the role swapping and shenanigans going on here. But you know, should be a fun time. And we did get to see an absolute banger series between these two teams prior. So if you do have the time to go back and watch New York Nutbusters versus Andromeda the first time around, would highly recommend it. That was probably one of my favorite series of the season. But yeah, just going to chill for that. We have about a couple minutes before we get back into game. So I'll set up a prediction for anyone watching and probably just run some
Don't
ads.
make me do this. Don't make me reach for my phone. What has been your favorite game of the season so far?
Probably one of the ones where we 2-0'd, I would have to say.
Of course.
Not biased at all, obviously, but
surely not biased. Nah. I'm just gonna say that 16-minute game where I just,
that one was really good. That's a very good favorite for you. I don't think you know.
All right. What are you predicting? Now that you've started a prediction, I know you have channel points.
I don't know. I'd have to pull up my phone as well. I want to say Andromeda, just because I think the comp is like more real.
Andromeda's comp looks like an LPL comp, but they're missing an ADC.
Well, Oh, Andromeda. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I
If they just replace
swap
the
the Rumble and the
Gangplank,
Gangplank, maybe. I don't know. And then the Briars just could probably be something else. But
Yeah, Brian gets to stay there.
yeah, here I'll put my channel points. Oh my god, I have 10k channel points.
Noam accusing me of shooting our odds of getting an Uber Eats sponsorship in the foot. My brother in Christ, we've been slandering Uber Eats for the last year.
Yeah, no, Uber Eats is the there's a reason that they're the Sadamumu and everything else is the pizza delivery server and the Galileo. There are other food delivery services that I like. I just don't think they're
notable.
Yeah.
Acting. Okay, according to chat, RDA is a theater kid. Hog.
All right, we are going in to the game. Going to be a bit before we load in, but we'll have to see.
No one spent 1/5 of his channel points on New York Nutbusters. Oh, Apari's the theater kid, not Arnie. Oh yeah, that's right. Arnie can't really. Okay. Wait, Apari here? Oh, by the way, do you know Apari, right? I dropped a sub. Yeah, Bastard, you've gotten your second Canadian of the server.
We have like a lot of Canadians in the server.
Surely. But the second one I'm aware of, at least. Let's. So PB's jungling. Oh well, you've predicted the Kaisa jungle correctly.
Yeah, I mean I saw their roles. I am incorrect about who's doing what though. It is Russ and Dave in the bot lane, and Will is playing Kaisa, and Mike is playing Pike top. I guess they probably coordinated this ahead of time because it is Alex versus Mike in the top lane. I think that was probably something that got planned ahead.
Okay.
But PB is going to be there, just camp the absolute hell out of the Pike, I'd assume. So I don't think this is going to be a very even top lane matchup.
What if it's just like a game where both junglers sit top? I'd love to see that.
I don't know if I would, to be honest. I want to see this 1v1 play out. I think it's going to be super evil, and I think that will be very funny.
I mean, if you're assuming that PB is going to be top all the time anyways, you know?
Like... I mean, maybe not. Maybe he'll camp... well, he can't really deal with the Vigar, I don't think. He can go under the wall, but it's a bit tough.
And then what's he going to do? Walk at Nari with Sharn?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Are you truly going to pass this direction without saying meowdy? Not my son.
Oh my god, this again.
Minions have spawned.
You don't like the fact that you can like infinitely ping?
It's really irritating to listen to.
No comment, Judge. First strike value obtained. Let's go. What, Pike took A first?
I mean, I think it makes sense. That's the only thing that actually deals damage to multiple minions, right?
It doesn't do damage to minions anymore.
Oh my god, then never mind. I don't even know how you're laning as Pike at all. Like, I know Dave Mod does it, but I don't get it.
Oh, big barrel. So for once, we're gonna see a weak side bot side. Also, Stanley Blitzkrieg. You'll love to see it. Yeah, that flamethrower makes the Pike Blitzkrieg, Pike Rumble matchup so brutal. I mean, flamethrower in general, but like into Pike specifically, Pike's low base magic resistance. It's just not a great time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what top laners he would have a good time into. This Briar bot lane, I'm really unsure about, to be honest.
Hey, cannon secured.
Yeah, I mean, then you're just gonna get chunked out by these mages.
Oh, all it takes is one hook, surely. The fact that Briar's still healthy, by the way. I think that's about
not
to change.
Really anymore though. Yeah, she's getting poked out here. The Blitzcrank hook is gonna miss, not gonna get anything done here. Dave did have to dump his entire mana bar there to get that done, so he's gonna have to base. But Dominic actually playing this lane super well, is matching Jonah in CS pretty well, and is being able to deal with these barrels. So it feels like sometimes people just shove a mid laner into the mid lane to verse Dominic and just expect to smash, and some people have obviously done that pretty well, but not everyone. Kai'Sa is looking up for a gank here. Could be pretty interesting. The stun is coming down, stacks the plasma with the Kai'Sa. She's going in, gets 3 stacks, 4 stacks, pops the plasma, drops down very low. The burn is doing a lot, but Alex is going to fall. We are expecting some jungle attention, but we weren't expecting it from Will. Is able to pick up the clean first blood for New York Nutbusters.
He had already backed and bought a D-Blade, so... You know, extra component goes back to his jungle, pretty ahead in the curve as well. And starting to feel a little silly doubting the Kai'Sa jungle. But it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. Jonah's getting absolutely dumpstered on here. Has lost a lot of health, has basically no mana left. The pings are coming out. Maokai is looking for maybe a return trade, but there's a lot of vision in the top river, so it is going to be pretty hard for him.
I love how even during this cook-off, we get to see the personalities of these teams shine through. You know, New York Nutbusters on a bunch of comfort champions, and Andromeda going for scaling. So we've seen scaling a lot from them.
Yeah,
it's definitely
I mean,
one of these sentences I can put.
It's hard to evaluate how this game is going to go, just because neither team is really playing their normal playstyle. So it's really hard to tell how the game's going to play out. Because normally PB and Alex are like super strong side bot lane. But now Andromeda actually has a very weak bot lane instead, which is kind of the opposite of what we were thinking about. Blitzcrank does get the hook off. Briar's going in. Is able to pick up a kill. Berserk almost gets her in, but the Pike is actually able to get displaced by the Briar E. Stanley's running out, but he is going to be slowed now, but they've kind of blown all their damage. And Stanley's able to just get out there. Another hook hits. Stanley playing out of his mind here. The flash does come out, and now the Briar is going to be able to get locked up here, but Will's looking for an invade here. I'm not sure if PB knows? He knows he's there. He's waiting for fall down, but Blitzcrank and Briar are on their way, and now they know that Krog walked up. That's really weird behavior. They're going to be able to suss this out, but Will does not get to steal. PB with a really heads-up smite. He was aware of it. And Stanley last hitting a minion there, and now Alana does not die. A very good base stats on this Briar champion, I guess. But now Kai'Sa's looking for a gank in the mid lane. Could see something here. She's Eing in. Dominic running away with the ultimate, but is going to miss a Q and has no mana remaining. But lots of damage from Will. He's going to have to flash in if he wants to get anything done, but Jonah's just able to survive.
Really well played there by the Blitzcrank. Oh, ulti comes out from the Pike and it misses. Equalizer comes out from the Rumble and also misses. But Pike has just enough damage to finish off the kill. Stan still hasn't backed. He's just, you know, flourishing. in his lane, surviving.
Yeah, I mean, Rumble is probably actually up gold at this point. Let me double check, but even though he's down 2 deaths, he's actually down 100 gold or so, but I think just because the first blood was involved there does give about 50 extra gold over to the Pyke, but Rumble is still going to be a huge factor, especially in these early skirmishes where he's able to get Equalizer down and get a lot of damage. A lot of these champions, or actually really just one of these champions, is pretty immobile on the Vigar, so you're going to look to try and delete him, especially because he is farming, but this Ahri is the strongest champion on their team right now, I believe. Kaisa actually a bit farther ahead. Will really is going to look to show off this game and see if we can get done. Yeah, Alex is just going for this play. PB is maybe looking over the wall, but he spotted out on a ward there. He's not aware of it, though. Mike actually did put the advanced ward here. Looks like he simply does not care. The ult could come out here, and he's looking to maybe go under tower. He dodges the ulti out, but now they're going to see him. Maokai going in, bashes him near the tower, and they're going to pick this up without having to burn Equalizer. Really good play there from PB. Mike did get a little greedy, though, there. You saw the Maokai get spotted out on the gank. You knew this could happen, and you do walk up pretty aggressively. 1v1 in the jungle, but Maokai knows he's going to lose that. Hook barely misses.
Close. Dear Lord. Ryze is just getting chunked so hard in this lane. Already has to back again.
Hook goes out, does miss. The Briar has to back a lot of times in this lane. I'm not sure what this build is. I don't know what builds out of that, because it's not Collector, and Essence Reaver would make no sense on the Briar. I don't know. Maybe I'm dense.
Is it
and I'm missing
Lavori?
something. Maybe? Okay, Dave is locked down here. Really good hook into the tower, catching a lot of damage, but is able to just kite, and Stanley gets blown up, and Alana's only able to get one in return. There is a fight coming down in the top lane. I'm not sure if anything is going to come of it. There's trades just happening all over the map. The kill score is not representative of how fast-paced this game has been. There's been fights constantly. Andromeda is pulling ahead with a bit of a gold lead here, and I think that Maokai is going to have a field day into this team comp. There's a lot of AP damage he can just stack up, a lot of magic resist, and have a great time. And now Jonah is doing really well. He got a huge chunk there, was able to orange the Ahri charm, and is now just cutting out the Ahri ultimate, but Ahri walks into tower range. No ultimate available for the game plank there, so he's not going to be able to finish off the kill.
Spirit Rush expended, so the next time a big barrel combo lands, that might just be the end of Dominic mid.
That's possible. He is taking a base here, so he's going to heal up, though. Mike, obviously not farming super well, as we discussed. Pyke is not really going to have the tools to do that, but he's definitely not doing too shabby in the lane. He's doing pretty well with a champion that really shouldn't be in this lane at all, to be honest. You could say the same about Alana, though. 2-0-0 does have the call. This is just a very odd game. Mike's going in here, does get some slows down. The Ignite, a few autos, but no. Mike just flashes out, does not want to risk it. And PB is back for another gank. The camp that we were talking about is being set up, but I think you're right. Both junglers here a lot. PB is going to hit the root, and Mike is dead again.
Yep.
Absolutely obliterating their old teammate. And Alana getting chunked out pretty hard in the bot lane as well. It feels like she's able to get some good stuff if the Blitz hits the hook, but as soon as the Blitz doesn't, it's really hard to farm at all. Huge disadvantage there. Ooh. And now Stanley's able to hit a hook, but no one's there to give him any damage. He just keeps punching and punching, but doesn't do anything. He's getting poked out so hard. Will does walk in over a ward. He's looking for a play. The hook over the wall could be present, though, which channeling, and yeah, gets hooked in. You're doing that right in front of a Blitzcrank, and Will is just going to die. Clean solo kill by Stanley. The ward spots out the Rift Herald channel, but now the turret's just dead. Even if it's not right now, Dave can just destroy it with a satchel. Doesn't have to expend it. The Briar ulti is coming down. I don't think it's going to hit. It was just out of range.
Oh, just out of range. I saw like the little ring come up, but it's just a ring to indicate that the range is ended. These barrels hurt so much. Oh, Alana's caught.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting out of this by any chance. The GP ulti comes in, but you're not getting anything done with that. Actually might have stopped you from being able to get a solo kill. Jonah is getting these items done, though. Really ramping up. Here.
Hey, the ulti was just first strike value, surely. Ominous message sent from the Briar in all chat.
I believe it is referring to the Vigar cage, if I have any sense of anything. PB is spot out on ward here. And now Alex might be the one caught out, but he does have the flash available, flashes the pike hook, and I think he's just going to be fine there. PB now ulting, flashes in, and Stanley is just going to be able to pick this one up. Maokai actually does get the last hit there, but support versus mid lane combat going in the mid lane, not going very well for the mid laner, surprisingly. But Stanley looking for another pick here.
Stanley's looking for
the barrel's getting stacked up, and the hook comes out now, pulls him in, and the barrel does not get him good flash, but it does not matter. Jonah's going to pick that one up. The huge chunk coming from the Vigar there. Next barrel combo not hitting anybody, but he's going to be able to heal up a bit from the orange, getting his vitamin C in the mid lane here.
Hook's coming back up again. Looks like he's just going to go back to bot lane here. Yeah.
Yeah, game has slowed down a little bit, but still seeing a lot of kills. Jonah is just wave clearing against these two sieging Yordles. This is a kind of twist on a classic comp that we used to see. It used to be the Ziggs Heimerdinger, where you just burst down the turrets as fast as possible because you got the satchel, you have Heimer ulti, and you're just obliterating these. But Alex getting a little greedy, does not have the flash anymore, drops the equalizer, but the placement is not what he wants it to be, and he is just going to be killed by Mike.
My channel points are in danger.
Yeah, we'll see. The gold difference is still about 1,000 gold in favor of Andromeda, and the dragon is going to cancel that out in terms of effective stats, but the gold lead still does matter, so it's a bit hard to tell. Mike just grabs a quick base there. Looks like he is not going to be running back to top lane. They're going to have eyes on the Maokai and GP. That's where you're going to be able to get a lot of gold to kind of get a lead in this game. Dominic played the early lane super well. He has been struggling a bit recently. Stanley just completely whiffs, and a really good W there. Briar does hit the ulti, but it's just going to get charmed, and so much of Ahri's damage hits so easily if someone's just running right into you, but the cooldown is not there. It does not matter. Solo Bolo for Dominic. Put some respect on this man's name. Obliterating the Briar ADC. And now the root is coming up, but no one's in range to punish it. The hook barely misses. Stanley really did want to go for that, but it does not hit.
Stanley has been so clean of these hooks all game. It's a tragedy to see that the final one hasn't landed. This Briar ADC, hey?
Hook over the wall. Not really anyone to follow up. The barrel chain maybe going to be able to hit over the wall, but Jonah just walks into it, and it is getting pounded. He's just going to walk. And he flashes for the passive auto, and I think he's just going to be able to pick it up now. Does take a chunk there. More AP going over to the Vigar. but
Shut down.
huge cash in from
Ooh.
Jonah. 172 CS. He's basically perfect here. The Gangplank in Andromeda is like a new, a new thing. We saw Arnie play it a lot. We saw, Jonah's now picking it up. So
Yeah.
you expect MVP to be the one playing this, but sadly not.
I'm sure we have other Gangplank players in the server. Jonah's just finally been unleashed for the first time, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like he had a lot of good games in the jungle, but we are seeing a bit of a different look from him here. It's possible that, because I feel like a lot of his issues earlier on in the season were just lack of communication with his team, but if you're playing GP, you don't need to really do that as much. You can just blow him up, and the team isn't relying on you for as much shot calling. PB, however, does seem to be the strong point of their shot calling, so putting him in the jungle does make a lot of sense. Stanley also feel like is pretty good with that, so the two highest impact players are the two most experienced on shot calling. The Briar ult hits, and Will's just dead. Alana going in for more kills, but Pike's getting resets on the other side of the fight, and this is 3 for 1 actually, and then Dom gets hooked back in. Mike is on the backside, does not actually have his ulti available. Ari going to have to flash to get over the wall. Alana getting chased down by Mike, but she just goes in for the stun. Pike's able to get another reset. Looked like it wasn't up, but I guess it actually was. Jonah looking for the barrel chain is just going to be able to pick it up, and that is 4 for 2. A lot of the gold going to the Briar, the Pike, and the Gangplank. Setting Andromeda up in a really good position, but looks like Jonah's going to try to split push for even more gold. Something that he could be punished for.
Blitzkrieg is hovering in the area, so I'm not expecting too much to happen in that respect. You're missing your Pike if you want to have a big punish here. Oh, if anything!
Yeah, narrowly misses. And now Will is just going to be able to run in here, but he does not see the Gangplank in the bush. I think he knows he's there, so he's playing around it very carefully, but this Gangplank might be able to just one-shot you at this point. I'm not sure what the damage numbers are looking like, especially if you're taking all this damage from Krugs. Walks up, but shows his cards by stepping out of the bush, aggroes the Krugs onto him. And now you've just wasted a bunch of time. Which is a bit unfortunate for the side of Andromeda.
Pike's on his way into the river. Looks like they're gonna go for a flank here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way Alex gets caught here. He doesn't even have to flash. The issue with Nutbuster's team comp here is that you're super low range, with the exception of maybe the Ahri and the Kaisa, so it's really hard to deal with the Gangplank barrels. If he gets ahead, and if the Blitzcrank's still able to find hooks, it's so bad for you. I'm not really sure how you're going to be able to play out this comp. They're looking for a possible play top. Barrel does miss, or the hook does miss. I think it was blind, but
yeah.
I don't know. It seems like New York Nutbusters has a lot of damage, but I don't really know what else they have in their pockets, which kind of makes their gameplay a bit linear and easy to play around. Lana does have a very good kill lead, but the CS is definitely costing her. Actually down in gold to the Vigar, so trying to make up the best she can by taking some jungle camps, but those recent nerfs are going to make that even harder to do. Stanley does flash for that. I think that was his real flash. Hex flash is now available. Does not hit the hook though. You got to respect the attempt.
Don't take the trade.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, definitely.
And Maokai is just farming the jungle so much faster than the Kaisa is. Kaisa's getting some stuff done, but the Maokai is clearly designed for this, whereas the Kaisa is looking for more of a ganking playstyle, and they're doing everything they can to help the Maokai get these camps. But the siege is coming through here. They should just be able to take this turret. Rift Herald charge goes, and then the Satchel should be able to finish it off. And that is the point of having this Ziggs in this comp. This Vigar and the Ziggs are trying to demolish it as much as possible. Stanley, I'm not sure how his hook missed, but now he's stuck inside of the Ziggs ulti. Equalizer coming down onto Will in the back line. He's falling down low. Stanley is big trouble here. Pike's able to get the reset, and the Ziggs survives. The support was exhausted, which should have stopped his ability to do that, but it simply is not working. GP now has 1,000 gold shutdown available, and they're rotating 3 up to deal with this Maokai, but he should just be safe. Gold lead is hovered around this 1,500 to 2,000 threshold for Andromeda, and the next dragon is not up for another minute, so it's hard for either team to really solidify a lead, and no one has the Baron take.
Alright. These games are on a knife's edge. This game's been on a knife's edge. Like, at any point in time, either team could just win. Like, just a fight, the objective, possibly multiple objectives and towers. Everything's just so volatile.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this game's going to end up coming down to a fight that goes the way of one of the teams. I think Andromeda just has a lot more tools to end up winning these fights, but who knows? The silence doesn't come out. He knows he might need to hold that ultimate for later, but it allows Pike to just get out. He heals it all back up because of his passive. Huge equalizer! Klein binds with the Maokai! There we go! That's the use of the ultimate that we wanted to see. 700 gold shutdown going over to someone, but Pike's able to pick up Lana on the backside of it. Goes out over the wall. 3 kills going to PB. And now he flashes onto Whale. He's looking for another one. Jonah's here. Huge chunk coming out. But supportal combat over there. We have the support in the top lane versus support playing actual support. Pike's able to pick it up, but Jonah's able to get it. That's 3 kills to Maokai, 2 kills to Gangplank, and this game might just be over. This Gangplank is untouchable. He's doing so well here. Has 3.5 items at this point. Still hasn't even completed his boots. But that doesn't matter. He's just shitting out damage.
I think, in the immortalized words of Noam, Gangplank will continue to have the most gold in the game.
Yeah, it looks like there was a failed surrender vote coming out from Red Team. They feel like the game's over as much as I think it is, but this mid tower is taken. Alex is falling down super low here, but I think it's going to be hard to punish him. The Night Harvester on Rumble is such a good item. It kind of makes up for the fact that you were losing a bit in lane, just because you're able to get that free damage proc onto every single member of the other team. The movement speed and just the pure damage. Dominic barely missing that. Stanley is running in, but they force out the Ahri ultimate, and they're able to spot the Blitzcrank. It does not matter. He just gets it. Dominic does not have the reaction time to flash it, and Jonas just half his health with 1 Q. And PB going in, picks up another kill. They might be looking for the Penta on the Gangplank. The barrel chain looking to come down here. The hook misses. Jonah just 1 Q does half his health. He's looking for maybe another one. The Maokai with the setup, that's 3 kills. 2 more left for the Gangplank to pick them all up. Blitzcrank carefully moves, is not stunned up against the wall until the Ziggs gets it, and now I'm understanding the point of this Vygar Ziggs bot lane. They throw the cage around him, and then you throw in the bomb, and you're guaranteed the stun. It does not matter, though. Stanley causing so many problems for this team. PB going on the back line, and Briar now hits it, goes in, picks up the kill for the Gangplank. 4 of them fell down to GP. Jonah is 10-0-0 on our favorite pirate.
I would say everybody. This is the war crime pirate. I almost said pilot 3 times.
That's Jackson.
Yeah. I have internet brain rot.
Yeah, Stanley's coming up. Alex is going to get stunned up by Mike here. Everything's coming down, and Pike is going to fall. Will's looking for anything he can get, but these 2 items just simply aren't enough, especially when the Gangplank has so much. And Maokai directly itemizing into the AP. This Abyssal Mask actually doing a lot for the Rumble Equalizer. And it looks like he is not going to just itemize pure into AP, which I think probably would have been the right decision. Alex falls down low. Will sees his opportunity. He takes it. Will might be able to get both, but Jonah kills him with an ability and then auto attack. Dom looking to get something done, but Jonah just chunking this guy out.
I feel like you killed the rest of the team, but as long as that Gangplank's standing, the flash has to come out.
If you don't flash there, you're probably done for. GP is 4.5 items. His Q
still hasn't finished boots, by the way.
His Q does 500 damage. His barrel does 700, but it can crit.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure how much that does, but along with the Sheen proc of about 200, you're dealing about 1100 damage, I think.
Navori augmented damage increase as well.
That's true. What percent is it at? 16? Wow.
16. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you are chunking people out here. That's probably like 1400.
Yeah.
But and we'll actually get to see it right here.
We're about to get a demonstration.
Did not show me the damage number, but flashes out of the stun. Pike has how much health? We can check.
We're about to find out.
It won't show me until he respawns. but like 200 less than that is how much that did. With armor.
Cannon barrage is
Okay,
even doing
now
a
we're
fair
going
amount
in.
of
Will just gets caught out, has to walk right into the equalizer. Really good placement there from Alex, and Jonah just popping people. The Briar ult hits onto Russ. He was just trying to take the Scuttle Crab, burns his flash, is not going to do anything. He stopwatches, and now Alana actually is forced to run away, but the bleed finishes him off. There's 4 wards just sitting in the pit. Seems like Dave is pretty much just done with this game. Alana does get killed by the Ahri. I think either of Dominic's champions have a lot of tools to deal with the Briar. Probably not going to see that in the next game. I think the ADC part of it actually worked out pretty well, but Dom is simply the Briar counter. His abilities are too easy to hit on a Berserk target. Huge hook comes down. Stanley does not miss. And Alex picks it up. The stun does come out as the Pike dies, which probably allows Dom to keep his life, but... now and Will gets hit too!
He's putting on a clinic.
Dude, can you imagine if Rift Sharks was able to get this champion so that Eric could pick it? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, we banned it 3 times, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that stuff never gets through draft.
I wonder why. It's the same thing like my Thresh never getting through draft. I got through draft 1 game, and what did I do?
1.
It's like Will
Very
never getting
easily.
Twitch.
That's true. Some people have been given the Twitch, though.
Yeah. I missed the world boss for this. What do you mean?
Maybe Path of Exile? I don't know. Oh, the chain does not hit. Jonah actually stunned up there. Takes half of his health though and gets nothing in return. Dominic has been playing super well this game. That Ziggs Bomb almost got it, but there we go. Again, it does... Yeah, it does Pike's HP bar minus 300 damage. Whatever that is, and then you apply the armor. But GP getting work done here.
Oh, indeed.
Stanley going in. Oh,
no.
That was the right hook to go for. But Will playing this game super well, actually. Has been positioning really well in these team fights. It's just hard to do much when you're on a bit of an off-meta pick and things don't go well for you to start off. Flashes in, 1,000 gold cash in, but Jonah's just going to pick that up. Don't mess with him. This Nash is looking to be completed from Will, but I don't think it's enough left in it. Dave's able to pick up 1. His first kill of the game. The hook comes down, Dave gets knocked up, the silence comes down, and Jonah sniper with that Q. And now Mike's picked up 1, but I don't think he has the damage to get anything done. Jonah's sitting on the barrel, looking for the recall. As his teammates are falling down around him, the barrel chain maybe looks for something, but he's just getting caught up there. The shield bow comes out, but that's another 1,000 gold shutdown onto one of the key carries for New York Nutbusters. I think it's a bit doomed for them still. They're down about 1,300 gold, or 13,000 gold. But I don't know.
Their base is like in shambles as well. It would take another one of those team fights and then like a major objective being up at the same time for them to come back.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lots of all-shotting between these teams. It's clear that the old NYNB crew definitely miss playing with each other. So we'll see. But
Michael.
I want to see this Pike respawn so we can actually know how much damage these GP barrels are doing, but he did just finish his full build. Pike is at actually 2,000 health at this point, so we can assume safely that the GP barrels, if they're dealing true damage, are dealing about 2,000 health. A lot of modifiers though, so it's hard to exactly calculate. If we can see the numbers on the minion, I'll try and zoom in a little bit, we can check that out. But the Briar ult does go wide, doesn't pick anything up. Play possibly happening topside. So we'll try and cover that, which is maybe a bit more interesting than GP damage. But burns the Edge of Night, but is going to get stunned up, flashes out. And now that he's not in the cage, there's not much left for them to do. Stanley is showing up, and Alex is able to pick up 1, and he's just going to be able to pick up 2. Basically solo, but they're giving the other one, they're giving Stanley an assist. That, I did not see how much that does. It's not giving me damage numbers. Can I see it? It's supposed to be up. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
They simply don't like me. If I zoom in close enough?
We can do some guesstimation.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll give up. We'll say 2K.
Yeah, It'll hit 2k anyways. It'll probably like.
And there we go. The
2K
stun comes up.
anyway.
Alana's able to pick up one, looking for the second one. Gets knocked in the same direction, and Jonah actually picks up one with the ultimate, which is pretty funny. Alana is just going to get caught here. As I said before, Dom is just purely countering this champion. Hard to lock Briar into a Morgana or an Ahri. The hook comes out, goes wide.
Aww.
Dominic playing so well this game, actually. He's managing to look pretty amazing given the state of the game. Do want to make sure I'm shouting him out there.
Yeah, he's done very well for himself. Lots of skill shot dodges.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten the big cash-ins, but he's been playing safe and making sure that he's not the reason his team is getting behind.
It's kind of hard to stand out when you're in a game with a 19-1-3 gameplay, you know?
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, it really wasn't his fault. I don't think he got solo killed more than like once, and it's hard when GP's just sitting there, but PB goes in, hits a lot of targets. Stanley actually getting caught out there. This could be big. Stanley's been a lot of this team's damage and setup in these fights, but the tower is falling down. Now PB goes in. Russ falling down.
Wait,
does have to stopwatch.
dead.
So yeah, Ziggs was able to pick one up on the backside. They're probably going to end up winning this fight. Dominic doing really well, dashing on with the Ahri. Ziggs is able to pick up another one on the backside, and they're actually going to get a 4 for 2. Briar's coming, and I really don't think you have a chance to get anything done there. Pinging the Infernal Drake, she might just go for it.
Yeah, it would be sold, actually. So they're all going to have to run towards the Dragon Pit right now.
Yeah, Dom is just booking it there. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get much done, but the dragon has not spawned yet. I keep forgetting what roles all these people are playing, but 15 seconds down until the spawn, and New York Nutbusters are just stuck in their base. It's going to be so hard for them to contest this.
There's no smite in the pit if you actually get there. But it looks like Alana's electing to not start it at all.
Well,
I
hasn't
agree
even
with.
spawned yet. There we go. Now she's starting.
And there you go.
Yeah. Ziggs could look for a steal away. The ultimate is going to be available, but they just don't have any vision on it. GP is now going to be doing about 2400 if I had to guess. They're pinging the Baron. They assumed that the Baron was going down first, but I think this is a smart move to grab Soul and make sure you get it. GP is sitting in the bush. Can 1Q do it? One barrel chain goes out and almost one-shots the Vigar. Flashes over the wall, is able to pick up one, but Will's on the backside doing so much. The Berserk comes through. He does do the W flash buffer, but the Briar is just too quick, and Will is going to fall. They should just be able to push in here. They knock Blitzcrank into their team. Pyke is looking pretty fine here. The Maokai ult is actually not going to hit you on the backside. Dave is here looking for some damage, but Blitzcrank sees him, doesn't hit the hook, and the Kryptonite is met. Dominic able to pick up yet another kill off this Briar, just farming her for the gold.
I think the objective for the Briar has been completed. Distract the enemy team so they can't come back to defend the Nexus.
Yeah, I mean, the game's over. The game was probably over for a while. Dom is maybe going to end positive? Yes, Dom,
Yes,
546. Our genius.
End of stupid.
Yeah, I mean, Jonah on the Gangplank was simply crazy.
Jonah.
They had 0 tanks. You have no one who can even survive a Gangplank combo. No one to go in, no one to lock him down, no CC. It's pretty rough. It looks like
Death, dude.
side selection for New York Nutbusters is going to go red. They're going to go for the same thing. So we'll have to see what other adjustments they make, because the side is not going to be the change here.
Oh, fuck.
All right, we can mark down an Andromeda win and get all this stuff saved up, and then let's pencil it in that they're going to keep the same roles. I really doubt it, but for the culture, we'll see if some of these matchups have even ever happened before. I think it could be a bit interesting.
Yeah.
But who knows? That was a game, to be sure.
One of the games of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I think MVP goes to. This is actually hard, because there's 2 really easy options here, right? I want to know what your opinion is between the 2 of them.
All right, I'm listening.
Well, you should know the 2, right? Are you picturing more than 2 options?
I'm picturing more than 2 options. There's a whole canvas right now.
Okay, see, I was thinking it's either Stanley or Jonah, right?
Yeah. I was actually gonna go with Stanley myself, but
That's okay. I was gonna say that also. I didn't want to be the only one saying that. I think a lot of the
I
reason that Jonah is able to get so fed is that Stanley hooks him in and then Jonah gets to finish him off. I think if I was going to
feel
give
like
it to Jonah, I would have liked to see a few more barrel chains actually landing. A lot of it was just wait for the blitzcrank to pull him in and then you just pop him. So maybe we do see the blitzcrank get banned away.
hopefully we see the Blitzcrank get banned away. I would like to see some respect from the side of New Nutbusters to the Blitzcrank, because if you don't ban that, gets picked again and Stanley gets another pop-off game, we might just be looking at quick 2-0 enough to see here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really not sure.
Oh, we're missing a couple of human beings.
Right. This is because we're seeing some new roles. So if these games were logged, we would see the players' previous champions. But PB has played, I guess, just Poppy and Maokai. Jonah previously playing a lot of Akali. And Seraphine and Annie, the previous champions for Alana and Stanley. Although Stanley's is probably going to get replaced by that Blitzcrank because it was brutal. Russ has actually played
That was insane.
Ornn bot before. I believe it was Ornn Senna, if I had to guess. But hard to know exactly.
Oh,
Dave,
no.
known for that recon, so we might see that come out. And Mike previous has had a pretty good game on the Alawi. Draft should be starting
I honestly thought
right
PB,
now, but we'll see.
PB was my second choice for MVP there.
Yeah, I mean, he did a lot of setup. I think all of the
Yeah.
players did pretty well. I think Alana definitely struggled a little bit, but I think that's way more due to
Already existing.
right, and just the fact that you're playing
Yeah.
Briar ADC. I think it was hard to really get farmed up and get yourself in a position to end up winning those fights. Draft still has not started. Lots of delays in this series, I guess. Not entirely sure what's going on.
They're just preparing some food in the kitchen, you know. They're just doing some extra cooking.
Yeah, it's something like that.
They're
Okay,
just.
and now we are getting into it.
Are we getting into it?
Yeah. Andromeda is looking at their first ban. I don't expect this to change at all. I really do want to see some different bans coming out from New York Nutbusters because I'm really unsure at what we were seeing there previously. It looks like they kind of left all the important ones available, but maybe they just knew that we were going to see a bit of a swap going down. So they just didn't want to target ban specific stuff that might not end up happening, but it's hard to tell.
They just did a lot of cooking. That's what I think happened. You know, sometimes the answer is simpler rather than hard.
Yeah, I mean, cheap beat taken away, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the Blitzcrank removed as well, unless they think committing a different lane might help the situation, but Stanley was just hot hands on that, so it might just be nice to cool him down a bit.
Well, Stanley, I think when Stanley's on a roll, he wants to continue to be on a roll, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
You know, but they might try to throw Dominic's support with Morgana this time around?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think that could make a lot of sense. The Olaf is being banned away. Who knows? They're banning Kiana away instead of Katarina, so we might actually see that come out. I would be surprised if we didn't, but hard to know.
I'm just waiting for them to ban Garen, Olaf, Darius, Set.
I guess we could be. Yeah. GOP is not a. Yasuo first pick is actually kind of crazy. I'm vibing with this.
Jonah's also kind of clean, you know.
You know, it's always possible.
It's always a possibility.
I mean, it could be anyone though. That's the crazy thing. I feel like a lot of these players could be playing on these champions.
Oh my god. This is certainly one of the scrims of all time.
And Samira, that's probably going to Dave if I had to guess, but probably not in the lane you'd expect it to.
It's gonna be severe support, and we're gonna see like I don't know. We're gonna see Jack's jungle.
Nope, Gragas.
I'm gonna see the cooldown Gragas build.
That would be really funny. I doubt they're gonna be able to get to the items though.
I mean, who knows?
Yasuo Malphite, baby. This could be the bot lane. And
Oh,
Stanley probably going to be the one in this Victor. Who knows what lane? Bot lane is a huge possibility there. Yasuo jungle, maybe. Who knows?
Hey, there's 2 roles in bot lane
Riven.
and there's only 1 role in the mid lane.
Dude, this is actually hurting my head. I don't know what's going on.
The only constant, Stanley. What?
They're
They
banning their
banned
own top laner.
What do you mean? They already picked Riven. Surely
Surely that's
that
going
was
in the
the
top
top.
lane and not like jungle or
Surely.
something.
Surely it is not going ADC.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It could really be anything at this point.
Mm. Oh, Nami.
They're banning Nami. This is another champion that I was expecting to come through for Andromeda. Stanley Alana playing Victor Nami bot lane would make a lot of sense. That's a combo that he likes. Nafiri being banned. Who plays that?
Bard. Shout out to Curious Bard.
Oh, it says no pog. That's the ban. They're doing no pog.
Oh, no Pog.
I don't know. I wish we were seeing this game taken a bit more seriously, personally, but
I'm here for the cooking, but I want to
Right.
see like.
I don't know. It feels like Andromeda is going a bit off meta, but is like still trying, and I don't know. Feels like that same
there's less
effort is not
faith.
seen on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we've locked in 2. We've locked in like a potential top, a potential jungle, a potential support, and a potential ADC,
Yeah,
which
I mean,
doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, and we have like 4 top laners on the other team, so who knows? Guangle could be fun. I'm down for the
Guangle
Guangle.
could be fun. Well, has anyone done Guangle yet? Oh, they're just gonna wipe out Briar
I'm
again.
pretty sure, yeah. I would be surprised if not. It's been pretty good at some points. Well, now we see a Dominic champion.
Yep, there's the Dominic champion.
You
was trying to
actually
decide
could have a
between-
pretty normal team comp here. Like Riven, Gwen, Gragas, Samira, Morgana in that order is like pretty normal.
Yeah. But it's not gonna be in that order.
Oh, definitely not. I don't know if we're going to see another Alana Briar ADC. If she's able to win twice on that back-to-back, that would be kind of crazy.
That'd be hilarious.
Fun thing to look for, certainly.
People are gonna wonder about the OP Briar strategy of October 22nd, 2023.
Yeah. Some like bug or something would be what people think, but I don't know. Let me get in my prediction here. I think it's going to be Andromeda again. I feel like the comps are more real, but I also think this Yasuo Malphite Nico could go absolutely crazy. We do have more late game insurance coming from the other team, but you do have a lot of stuff that can interrupt Samira ulti, so I think she's actually going to struggle a lot to get stuff done.
I also think that the argument of scaling is really good for Andromeda as well. He also doesn't scale nearly as hard as he used to, but you have Victor and you have Briar, so you don't need to scale as hard as you used to. They also have Malphite for tank, and I'm struggling to see a tank on New York Nutbusters.
Gragas.
Gragas' tank isn't as good as it used to be, though.
Yeah, but he's still tanky, and if you're building AP, he's pretty durable as well. Riven and Gwen aren't really something to scoff at either. I don't think you're one-shotting any of those champions with Yasuo. However, Morgana and Samir, if they go up in the air, that's probably just going to fall down instantly if the Yasuo gets ahead enough. It looks like we're going to see the same roles coming out from Andromeda. The same is really hard to tell what's going down on the other team. Looks like it might be the same rules again. Will is in the jungle. Yeah, so
is it?
The
Is it Russ?
only difference we're seeing is that Dave is playing ADC and Russ is playing support. So I'm expecting this to be Samira Gragas with a Morgana in the mid lane, and then either Riven, probably Riven top with Will playing Guangle.
Yeah.
Hard to know for sure though. Probably going to see Jonah on the Yasuo, and then Briar Victor bot lane if I had to guess, and then Nico jungle Malphite top. That makes the most sense, but that might almost make too much sense.
I think your answer is more likely, but I'd like to see Briar go jungle here, actually. I think Briar jungle here could
Looks
be
like I was
a
correct,
good angle.
except it's going to be Malphite mid Yasuo top.
Okay.
The Yasuo
That's fine
Ribbon
with me.
matchup is going to be awesome. I'm very excited for that, actually.
Yeah, we're getting a lore matchup.
That too. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just thinking it's going to be very fun to watch. But
Yeah, well, people don't care about lore in League of Legends. That's why it's being turned into an MMO.
surely, I mean, now they're reworking it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
My take on it is I think they needed to do that a lot earlier to get people to actually care. But is what it is. I'm excited to see the Gwongle. Big fan of that.
I am a big fan of Gragas, but unfortunately, I don't think it'll be the Gragas I like seeing.
It's support. We could see the you know, I'm not gonna call it what people call it, but
You just called it a cooldown build.
yeah, the cooldown build.
Just a cooldown build.
Yeah, and I mean,
I actually like
you don't
Floyd
even necessarily
Gragas.
have to see that. I think there's other builds that accomplish the same thing a bit of a slower pace. Like, you can just build your Mythic and then just get a bunch of codexes, and then you're still going to have a lot of cooldown that you can kind of still juggle people with your E, which is why it's so good and they're nerfing it. They're actually not nerfing it for the meme build, if you were under that impression. But, you know,
Meme build.
going to do my due diligence there.
I actually like full AP Gragas, especially like into the enemy comp here. Like as long as you don't get windwalled, you can pick off Victor, you can pick off Briar.
Yeah, I mean,
Pick up
that is the
Gwongle.
thing, though. Yasuo shuts down Gragas really well, so I think it is going to be a bit difficult. I actually have procured the correct matchups. If you ignore the previous game, Jonah and Dominic is the only matchup that had played out before, and Jonah did have a slight advantage in it. Now, a lot of these other lanes have been played out. Obviously, Stanley and Alana were in the right spot, but Dave and Russ were swapped last game, so we're going to see a bit of a different stat line there. These overall records, Riven has an incredible win rate in this server. Samira underperforming a bit, Morgana vastly underperforming. But Briar doing pretty well, is now at the 5-2 overall. Yasuo, another one of the champions that's doing pretty well. But we are seeing 5 brand new matchups, which is not super surprising at all. A lot of these champions are in roles that we have not seen them played mostly. Malphite Morgana is maybe the only one that you'd seen before. Yasuo Riven, another possible one that wouldn't be too weird to see. But looking at the past performance, this is pretty interesting. Stanley, the only person on Andromeda to have played their champion before. And on the other side, you have 4 people having played their champions before, but 2 of them are winless. Dominic and Stanley kind of even each other out. Russ 1-0 on the Gragas, but I'd have to guess it was top lane. So this is a bit of a different look. And then Mike is first having a champion. So half of these players are first having their champion in scrims. And then you have Stanley.
and then they said, Stanley's gonna find a raid boss. Can we just give him the MVP now? Because we all know
Yeah, he's a support. Right? I don't know if support Victor is really MVP material unless he gets something crazy going.
He might. He's a cooker. He's a cooker.
I mean, maybe they're whipping out like the intermittent fasting Victor strategy. Like, I know I've heard people talk about stuff like that for Senna, but have you considered Victor could do the same thing? Just get some hex bits on the side, but you actually have the support item. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then our final slide is like season records. Riven's actually undefeated this season. I think she just has a pretty good win rate overall, so I don't think that...
champion, right?
Right.
So...
This is going to be a lot of Avery. I would guess that someone else has played at least one game, but I'm not entirely sure.
It's probably just Avery and Rex.
Has Rex played the Riven?
I think so.
That could be it.
All I know is that
no, it's Tusini twice, Avery once, Healy once. So
okay, actually very
off.
Nice. Makes me happy to hear it is actually a varied list of people.
Healy played at mid, if that adds anything. Bit interesting for sure, but we will be loading into the game pretty soon. Dream Dragon Yasuo, this skin coming out. Then 3 no skins and Prototype Victor. And then we have some very nice blue, purple, red skins coming out on the other team with the base Gragas and the base Gwen. And we are getting into game. This one I expect to be another banger. In the sense that my head is going to hurt afterwards.
I'll be honest, buddy. Do you need some ibuprofen? Do you need some I don't know, maybe some ice cream for your soul?
I'm simply gonna sleep.
I'm willing to sponsor.
I'm just gonna sleep right after this game or series, depending on who wins. I don't know. I want to wake up and make sure Damwon Kia does not lose to Chatham in the top lane of BDS. Kana, if someone is going to lose to Adam and get rolled, I fear it may be him. But
it's Kana.
I believe.
Then
I believe.
You're arguing like, is Adam like going to be good enough to put down Deft? And I think Canyon Showmaker.
Okay. Deft has birthday buff.
Yeah, Deft has birthday buff. Deft has Dejan buff.
Yeah. I mean,
because of the South Korea. Yeah.
I also think that has not helped him for the last two games. So.
Yeah, but like, Canyon Showmaker smile.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sheo, pretty solid. Nuke, pretty solid. I don't know if they're that caliber, but I don't know. We'll have to see. And the other matchup, I think, is TL versus Gam. Hopefully, TL does not bomb out 0-3.
I'm sorry. I have to go against TL. Pioshik was cool.
Wait,
Pioshik come back to the.
Pioshik has had like one of the best Swiss stages of any player. He's just sitting there as his team collapses around him.
Yeah.
But I did vote are breaking out in the top lane. This Morgana Malphite matchup is so goofy. Mike trading in very aggressively versus Alex. The Ignite drops down and Riven's gonna get the kill, but Yasuo was able to pick up first blood without the combat summoner. Yeah, that is huge. The death timer adjustment is actually going to come in handy, and Yasuo's waiting for items, it looks like. It's not going to TP.
Yasuo gets a dagger. Riven gets first blood, so that's a longsword for Riven.
Riven actually did not get first blood.
Where'd the 50 gold come from? Wait, did Yasuo buy potion? Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we can see how much gold Yasuo is sitting on. Yeah, Yasuo is sitting on like 300 gold at this point. I just think that was not the purchase to make. Or he's just hoping he can power spike later. But the Riven is actually going to be in a pretty good position in this lane. Does have more effective gold. The healing is going to come in clutch for the Yasuo though.
Level advantage as well, actually. Gone now, but.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Top lane's been a little goofy. There's a lot of times where you get a solo kill and then you end up not having the advantage for whatever reason. XP in this game for sure works in a way that makes sense. And Jonah just getting chunked down here. Is able to maintain even CS though. Riven hopping around like crazy. Did take a tower shot, so Alex is going to come out on top of that trade. And the Briar ADC still struggling. You're getting these minions away from your tower, but all you're doing is just ensuring that you're going to lose them later. And you're just stacking up huge waves. I'm really not a fan of this strategy. But I guess if it works, right? I can't be too mad about it.
I don't know what they're cooking in the kitchen, but I don't like the smell of it. This is like, you're putting pistachios inside of ice cream. It's not it.
Damn, pistachio ice cream hater. I can't say I disagree, but...
I worked at a gelato store that specialized in it, and I still hated it.
Yeah, PV, I believe, did not get that. Hard to tell. I think he actually did smite it and got it. I missed the gold marker.
Oh yeah, he did.
Stanley is doing the intermittent fasting Victor. I would have hoped that both of these champions bought support items, but Stanley is trying to get as many aspects as possible. It's going to be harder to get kills in this lane now that the Blitzcrank wasn't actually banned. He just didn't pick it. -1 in chat. Alex did miss that one, but he's up 8 CS on the Riven.
You know what Jonah Strong would have done there? Would have zoomed in the camera on the minion that was missed.
Yeah, I am bent over, leaning my arms on my knees.
Oh, speaking of bending
my
over.
head hurts. Oh, do not start a guess like that. Foul play. Incorrect buzzer. He also should just be able to go out of that. Nico just flashes and misses everything and dies for it. Oh my god. What a game. Victor 9CS, I wonder if he knows the breakpoints for the support item to kind of maximize the hex bits he's getting here, but Dave is going to be such a threat here. We are seeing the full AP Malphite build come out here. We do have the Comet, the Ignite, probably going to see Luden's completed here. The mana in Mythic is picked up, so now the Night Harvester. Huge trade coming out from Mike, but Russ going in, and now Samira is following up, getting so much damage with this pre-6, and the exhaust comes down. Going to be so hard for her to kill anyone. Top lane battle, kind of evened out, but now they are going back in. Forces the flash out of the Yasuo. Flash for flash trade. Ignite is available for Riven. Alex should know this and should know to not be super greedy here. A level 6 advantage is present for Morgana in the mid lane, but now Jonah has it too. Could just look for the ulti here, but gets rooted up, takes some damage, and thinks that Dom might have the reaction for the Black Shield. Trying to center the cameras, pressing the wrong things. Some stuff is actually happening in the bot lane. Dave goes in, looks to get the kill, is just going to fall down to Stanley, and Russ dropping down low as well, but is able to get a kill in return. And now Gwungle is showing down, but Riven just going for the kill under tower, and is going to be able to get it cleanly here. Jonah gets a kill in the mid lane, and oh my god, we are watching replays. I am not... Okay, bot lane first.
We're jumping way too many places.
Yeah.
Alright, so Lana uses the E early, I think, like, doesn't get the full channel off, so doesn't get the full
Dave
deal
flashes in, and Q autos a minion. Is getting killed here. PB runs up, but it's not the real PB. Briar runs in, Dave looks for it, and is just going to trade kills with Alana. And let's keep this bot lane. And I believe the play is just going to disengage. So now we go mid.
Is it funny R button?
Jonah
I think it might
grabs
just be funny
Kennen. Yeah, I mean, this is all messed up. It looks like his ult's not... looks like his ult's on cooldown, but I think that's a visual bug. Does R, goes in... Drops the Ignite, probably doesn't need it. And now top lane, we'll watch this. So
this one I think is actually pretty impressive.
A bit far behind. Yeah. Yeah, just hits everything. Does miss the ulti, so not the cleanest play on any side of the map, but I believe it's just a 2 for 2 across the map, though. Neither team really came out with an advantage on that. New York Nutbusters was already a bit ahead, and they were just able to maintain that. Mike is super far ahead on this Riven. He is pretty much the entire goal difference himself. And he's going to be the one you want to watch. He's going to base on a huge buy here. Yasuo is going to complete the Berserkers, but that is nothing compared to a full Tiamat and Vamp Scepter being purchased. That is crazy.
Don't forget the refillable pot. 150 gold spent.
True. Good efficiency. The Yasuo is still sitting on about 300 gold that he probably earned in lane, so this is a bad point to make, but it's funny to say. Forgot to have the game border up this whole time. I do apologize for that.
Oh, now we know who's playing who.
Yes.
Surely.
I think we did know this already, but
yeah, well,
small mistake.
If champions didn't tell you anyways.
Yeah. And Russ just looking for this. Good poke from Stanley is actually able to walk through the queue before it goes off. Bit of a mistiming there. Imperial Mandate probably going to be the first item purchase for Victor here. I know how he likes to play that game. Once you get the full Alchements, all your abilities slow, so any damage is going to proc the Imperial Mandate. It's actually a pretty good item on Victor. I think if you are playing a more budget-friendly Victor mid-build, you can itemize it as well, but usually you're going to want to be full damage carry, so you're not going to see that as much. Jonah's ultimate not quite available yet, so he's not a huge threat. Dom does have the ultimate, so could look for a play possibly. Will super low might end up dying to Dragon, but the healing from his Q is actually going to keep him alive. But
yeah, a bit questionable there, but like he had fully stacked Q, so
yeah. And Briar doesn't have ultimate yet, so you're pretty safe. Mike going in. Getting some knockups. Knockups trading back the other way. The last breath is not used. But trading a bit more aggressively under tower. Alex is falling down super low. Riven does look for the stun, but now the Yasuo ulti comes out, but gets stunned in return. Riven ulti is not used. It's so close. Yeah, I think it did end up going into the wind wall there. Maybe the damage went off. It's hard to really tell. Jonah could look for a flash ulti there and would just pick up that kill if he was able to get the reaction time going. I kind of just want to keep my eyes on it, but the auto observer is making me really think something is happening bot lane, so hard to know.
The bot lane is fake news right now.
Yep. Come on, Jonah, do it. You want to. You want ult. And he is not doing it. He doesn't have the Ignite. I don't think he's very confident in his ability to actually kill.
If he gets his Q up one more time, he might just go for it. Less than half health on Morgana.
And Alana walking up does get bopped by the Gragas. I kind of wish I was not... Oh, there we go!
Oh,
Goes
there it
through
is.
the queue. That's such a cool play. That's maybe just what he was waiting for. Dave really looking for it, but the Nico's going to stop him down. But the Gragas ulti picking up the last hit onto Alana on the Briar. Stanley looking for the kill here. Walks up. The Hex Bits are so valuable to him, but he is going to just miss it. Doesn't want to greed too much. And now Andromeda has taken the gold lead. Plays on top and mid and bot. With the jungler involved, everyone is getting involved on Andromeda, trying to get something done here. And Riven is out-trading Yasuo super hard, but Yasuo's holding ultimate. As soon as he gets the ultimate, he should just be winning it. Yeah, the tower shot does come down. The ignite comes down from Riven. He's missing everything, though. But just right-click, and eventually you will get the kill. Yasuo has outscaled the Riven, it seems, very early on into the game. The Ravenous Hydra not coming through yet. Some more defensive itemization comes out. But with that Yasuo ultimate, you're just going to eat through the resistances with the armor shred from Last Breath. So it makes the armor purchase a little bit inefficient. But you'll see. Samira actually not online at all yet. All the gold is in the Riven and the Gragas. And on the other side, it's actually pretty well spread out. Briar's the only champion without any kills. Briar, I guess, is the true support here. Stanley... having grabbed so much farm here. Your support item is actually making it easier for you to get the hex bits, the bonus hex bits on the cannon, which is a bit interesting.
Yeah, he's been cooking this one for a while, I'm assuming then.
Yeah, I mean...
He seems to know the support breakpoints.
Yeah, Stanley in the Victor bot lane, I'm a big fan of it. As someone who's played with Stanley a lot, that is something he does enjoy. He knows a lot about the champion, obviously. Glad we're getting to see some of it come out from him, even if it's not in the mid lane specifically.
Just let him evolve, you know?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Let's get an augment check. He does have 95 hex
Oh, he's 5 off.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the first. I don't remember
It's
how
the first
it works.
one.
Yeah, so would it show more than 100?
No, it just like resets.
Oh, so we just know that it's not evolved. Yeah.
Well, he hasn't evolved E, and that's mainly what's giving it away, right?
The W might be first, though, with the Mandate, but Nico ulti comes down. The Malphite ult looked like it missed, but I'm pretty sure that's a spectator bug.
Absolute lord.
But yeah, Yasuo picks up so much off that, and that is the perfect way to execute the Yasuo comp. Doing very well there.
The Nico sneaks in with the clone, gets the double knockup off, and he also comes in with the clean Kraken Slayer proc. Is it called Kraken Slayer? I forgot.
Yes, it is. I mean, the passive might actually have a different name, but I don't know. Yasuo is going to be able to pick up this first tower. Might be able to keep the Rift Herald alive and look for another one, but Riven's going to show up, could make it tough. Gragas is looking mid for a gank. He's sitting in the bush just under the scoreboard here. But what are you doing, man? I don't think you're getting anything done here. Russ is going for the play. He hits the E, but like realistically, nothing is happening here. Huge cask actually. And Jonah does not respect it. Doesn't hit the flash. If you're so close, it's basically impossible to miss. My apologies to Russ there. That was an insane play.
Yeah, you apologize to the man.
Yeah, I did not see what he was cooking. I don't know if that's a misplay on Jonah's part or just giga brain on Russ's part, but probably a little bit of both.
He didn't have to hold that flash. I don't know why he held on to it.
The in-place cask was just so solid. Yeah. Stanley, I believe, should have an evolution now. Has gotten the first one.
Yeah.
How do you tell? Does it just look different and I'm stupid, or?
Oh wait, no, never mind, not the. What is he upgraded?
Why does it not tell you? Oh, here, Gravity Field. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, that makes your Mandate proc, which is why Victor support works. You're getting a lot of free damage on the budget. Briar ult is coming down to 3 people. I don't think this is going to do what you want it to. Unless PP's able to follow. PP goes in, huge Pop Blossom, hits 3, but this doesn't do anything. They're actually able to get Will. There's just no damage here, but now Dave going in gets a lot done. The ult pops off, and now you're getting resets, 2 kills. Almost gets a 3rd kill onto the Nico clone. But now Stanley and Jonah are here, and the Yasuo rotates, and they're able to pick up a 4 for 2.
Alright, that's Dragon as well, notably. Yeah. And it is an Infernal Drake, which is probably one of the better ones.
Yeah, the extra damage for the comp that wants to blow you up immediately is very solid. The proxy is coming out from Mike, almost at Avery there.
Well, it's the
Saw
Avery champion,
him
right?
in a few of my games earlier today. On the ribbon.
I wonder what it could be.
Yeah.
I was about to actually say like, don't mind me like melting inside. I have had a long day, but then I realized I casted you, so
Yeah.
we both had a long day
Yeah.
of League of Legends.
Now Lana is top. Of all the champions that will completely lose to Riven, that's the one. So you really don't want to be
That's
fighting
the
Riven.
one.
Dave is running in, is just getting chunked here, and Stanley getting the Imperial Mandate lined up. If the Yasuo hits anything, it is just game over. But Will is here lurking in the shadows. Might want to make a play.
Wait, that's not normal. What could that be?
And now cleanses it, and this shield comes out, gets a lot done. They're able to probably grab Will there, but he's going to get himself out. Alana looking rough. Will dropping the ultis, but they're just getting a kill mid lane instead. Jonah getting punished super hard. Once again, Dom making good plays, and Russ is setting up super well this game. Has completed the locket. Mike just taking a tower shot for fun here, but he's probably going to get tower. Trading towers on opposite sides of the map. First tower is already gone, so it's not going to be a huge difference who gets one first, but Mike able to pick it up. Russ is here, has Flash Ignite, could look for something here, but is going to decide against it. Stanley drops the ultimate and the exhaust. PB runs in, again misses the E. Has not been his day with those, but Stanley getting all the slows down, and he's just going to be out. And now Dave is going to pick both of these up, I do believe. Misses the auto, and now the Nico speed is going to help him out. Stanley, if he gets any mana, should be able to pick this up, except the Cloud is hurting him so much. But he goes over the wall. Stanley should be like, oh my god, the jukes! Russ, you're insane!
The madman.
And now he's dead to Dave.
He's done it again.
Dude, Russ, this game has gone crazy. We were doubting the Gragas. You said it's not going to be the Gragas you wanted to see. The build, maybe not, but the gameplay is exactly what you want to see from the Gragas.
Unfortunately, it is the tank, more of like the tanky build, but I will forgive it just this once.
Yeah. I don't know how much CDR that gives you. It does give you 20, so he could be cooking. He could be cooking.
Nah, I don't think he's actually going for it.
He's got Lucidity Boots, though. He's gotten 40. Jonah's going in, and boom. There you go.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Yeah, that's the AP one-shot. The thing is, at this point on Malphite, you are kind of looking to blow up more than just one person. Unless your ulti cooldown is low enough, but you just have to be careful with going for stuff like that.
It's already almost up.
Yeah, losing that for the fight is a bit rough. Now there is a collapse coming down top side. I don't believe Alex has a good way to get out of here. Russ is here. Boom. Stuns him up. And blocks the exit with the Q. But the Pop Blossom's here. Hits 3. Jonah's here. But see, now he doesn't have the ulti. So you're able to get one kill. But it's a lot harder to finish this off. If you're able to follow it up, then you're getting all of these for sure. But Will's probably going to be able to get out. You're only losing one kill off of it. So you're able to get the one kill with it to begin with. So I think it actually does kind of work out pretty well. But just something to keep in mind.
The only thing that's different is you don't get the Gwen.
Right. Was the Gwen worth more than the 1 in 4 Morgana? Probably.
Probably.
But, you know, it's what it is. Maybe the Morgana could have roamed and had pressure if she wasn't dead. Oh. Who knows?
Well, maybe Morgana spell shields. Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. Stanley going for the poke, and they're looking for control.
Argument that means nothing.
Exactly. They're going to get control over this Rift Herald. Not sure who's really going to be able to stop it. Will is alive for it, so it's a bit less safe. Briar ultimate just goes field goal through the middle. But they're in a really rough spot here. Unless Jonah's able to get something done, still does not have the ultimate available. The Rift Herald is maybe going to reset here?
Yeah, it is.
It is. Dave going in huge. Jonah now finally gets his ultimate back up and is now able to pick him up. It's 3-2. Dom getting chunked out, and Jonah's just so fast now.
So fast.
The speed siphon off the Q is actually really good. And now they're looking to pick this up again. No jungler in the area, but Mike just hung out to dry on the top side, was not involved in that fight. And the first Cloud Dragon's about to spawn in 30 seconds. Cloud Soul, very good for a lot of these champions here on the blue side. So if Andromeda's able to pick that up, that could put them in a pretty good position. Jonah looking to just pick this up. He does have 8 kills again. Although now he is matched in number of kills. He's not the sole standout like he was in the previous game. But
hopefully he builds a Magi Soul Sealer.
Yeah, he is at the 10 stacks. I'm not sure if that's what he's going to go for. Looks like he's completing the Shadow Flame first. Horizon Focus is very fun on full AP Malphite. A lot of people are not believers in it, but I personally will shill for that item. Russ completely disrupts the fight, drops the cask in there. Russ is making a case for himself this game.
Well, I mean, if he wins,
plays so good, and the Pop Blossom comes down. It is just going to grab Russ. Does not matter. Hits him through the locket. But it's still a 2-for-1 in the advantage of New York Nutbusters, and they're looking to be the ones to pick up this dragon. Jonah is hiding on the flanks, and Alex walks up with the cheeky steal. Malphite Yasuo is available. He's looking for it. The root is down. Jonah needs to make sure to space this. That was just a flash E. That was not his ultimate. And now he's going to ult to make sure that Alex does not die. They were trying to save the combo for the next fight, it really looked like. Mike is pushing solo by himself up in the top side of the map, is maybe looking to get this turret. No one's around there to contest him. They're dropping another Rift Herald, trying to get some pressure in the mid lane, and it looks like Alana's just going to solo the dragon. Seems like that is the objective of her Briar in these games. Make sure you secure objectives, and it really doesn't matter if your ADC Briar isn't doing anything, if Stanley is performing so well in these supports.
I wonder how much damage he's done comparative to the rest of his team, because I don't imagine he's on the bottom half of the amount of damage done.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not actually able to check it now, and I'm not able to check it after the game either because Riot simply hates people observing. But you know, we can ask them after the game to send damage charts.
I'd imagine he's
Russ might be able to steal this. Throws the cask, and Russ steals it and picks up the kill. King shit. King shit. Oh my god. Alana, in despair, will drop in the bomba. I probably said that wrong. I know there's a certain way you're supposed to say it.
You're pretty close. I think it's bomba.
Okay. And Jonah caught out here, has some damage, but he just gets shredded because he's so squishy. They're flashing in on him. I don't know if you needed both of those, but...
That's a bit of a donation, you know?
Yeah.
They're trying to make this
huge shutdown though over to Samira, so I understand why you burned the flash to get 900 gold, but we'll have to see. Stanley going for some damage, does have to flash here. He's in a bit of a dangerous situation. Briar ulti going wide. Right. I'm not sure if you do anything if you do go in, but you know, I appreciate the effort. Does have to flash, hits a 3-man Pop Blossom, and boom, and the Yasuo combo goes in, and now you have a 3-for-1.
I was about to accuse Andromeda of trying to extend the game so that like we would suffer longer, but I don't think I need to accuse them anymore.
No, PV's Pop Blossoms this game have been phenomenal.
I think PV deserves the MVP, man.
If this keeps going the same way, I mean, we'll have to see. Like, Riven doing shenanigans out here. Alana might just die. Baron is not. Baron is going to.
Oh yeah, she's dead.
Nope.
Last autumn. Oh no.
The Yasuo actually does move into position to tank. Jonah misses the ultimate. Mike is just outplaying him so much. That poke though, with the Q, and his speed is going crazy, and he's able to pick it up.
Yeah, there's no sugarcoating it.
Yes, he actually does have the holy book.
He bought Medjai's after he died.
Yeah. I mean, that's the Chad way to do it. You know, buying Medjai's when you're already ahead and you get the movement speed burst immediately, overrated. Buying Medjai's when you're behind,
you earn every stack.
Exactly.
Every piece of that 25 LP a lesson.
Interesting stuff.
It's...
Do you think you deserve this, Dean? Being forced to watch these games?
Oh, this is awesome. What's he mean? I'm enjoying this. Stanley...
I'm enjoying myself.
How did I check this before?
Just... What, the augments?
Yeah.
He hovered over the hex core.
Oh yes, okay. He has everything now. That's kind of what I thought. He does have 14 kill participation, so that might just give it to him.
That might help him.
Yeah, that actually just basically gives it to him on his own. Right? Yeah, that gives him 250. Yeah. Wait, I can't do that.
Oh.
Yeah. It goes wide again. Russ getting out here, maybe gets the slow off. PV running in, does not get it. Yeah, dude, Russ, huge standout this game.
Russ is really trying his best.
Dom going in with the ulti, does get knocked up. Yasuo's just going to finish this off. There's no way. Gwen going for the healing and trying to kite it out. Dave looking to go in, but does get exhausted immediately. The pop, or the whatever, Nico Q. We'll just call it that. Gets a lot done. They're up about 8,000 gold at this point. They're actually down in Dragons, which was not how it went last game, but with this Baron, their push is so strong. Will, I don't think you win this one. 2 abilities gets him down to half health. It's a bit rough. Nico picking up the next dragon, and this could be a huge play for Mike to try to make, but Will's gonna fall, and now Alex is looking to turn, knocks them both up, does not have last breath available, and Russ picking up the kill.
Russ is... Russ giveth, Russ taketh away.
Yeah, for sure. And now PB is actually really starting to come online. He also has 10 stacks on the Dark Seal, 3 completed items. He's not quite the most fed member of his team, but he is right up there with them.
He's pretty strong.
Jonah has sold the Medjais.
Oh,
just looking for the death cap. I would implore PB to purchase one after this next fight, but we'll see. If he's going for any shenanigans, I really don't think so. He's just walking around disguised as himself, not giving too much away there. Mike getting a lot done on these side lanes, trying to get these turrets down. But he might just get caught out there, but it depends on if they're going to prioritize him or not. Lots of pings coming down. Will is slightly caught out here. The Imperial Mandate is on him. Jonah is not going for anything immediately.
Hero Russ.
Yeah, this fight is all over the place. Alana goes in, and she is suffering. The root comes down, stopping the Malphite. And Stanley on the back getting some damage down onto Dave. And now Mike's running away. So they actually just get the Briar for nothing at this point. Malphite ulti is still up, but Malphite is actually was considering the base. Will is sneaking through the back line on Vision. This is the most scattered fight I've ever seen in my life. The dragon is now getting started, and this should go over, making it 2-2 in terms of dragons, but New York Napas is just desperately trying to shove in these waves to make sure that the game can't really be ended, but the next Baron's up in 2 minutes, and it's kind of over from there, I think.
This is gonna be a 50-minute game. I make this accusation with no evidence, but I just feel it. Oh, Dominic.
Oh my goodness.
No.
That ward doing so much work there. Now Stanley is here to just stop Dave. And I actually disagree with you. I think this is going to end in the next 3 minutes or so. Yasuo actually not being able to pick it up, though, so maybe I'm just completely wrong. Victor able to get that up. And now the Briar is coming in.
Scrappy.
PB is here, does not have his ultimate anymore, just used it.
They're all here.
Alana looking for it, but Riven's healing up so much. Russ now on the backline, getting some CC down. Huge cask. Makes it so hard to punish him, but the double flash comes in, and he's now going to fall. And Stanley just running down these slows, doing a lot, but Riven and Gwen are just too fast. Too many dashes. They're going to get out. Victor now hitting the wave, trying to get this shoved in. He does have his 2 items complete, has the Damage Mythic and the Imperial Mandate. They're looking to maybe shove this in, but these respawns, or not respawns, but, you know, healing from base are going to be a lot. A lot of damage coming down now onto Mike, but now Dom's back up, and it gets a little shady. Probably going to see a reset from Andromeda looking for the Baron.
They're going into the enemy bot camps. I mean, if... Alright, step 1.
Okay, that wall and Vision are like best friends.
Yeah,
Not sure
really
if the Briar needed the mana there, but you know. Go for it.
If I had one piece of advice to give anyone who's playing bot lane,
oh,
never
Dave goes
stand.
in. Pop Blossom coming out. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get one shot. No, he's getting around. Dave is doing so much here. He might be able to turn this game around. He's gotten 2 kills. It's a 4-for-0. If the Samira keeps picking good fights like this, it could go very differently. I complained previously about the pick because I think there's a lot of people who can shut it down. But if those people are not present, it's very hard. Is actually going for that 4th item makes him very strong here. And Alex is going to spot this out. I'm not sure he's going to be able to beat Mike by himself, and he's definitely not going to be able to beat the entire enemy team. Briar is showing up. She's so far behind in this game, though I'm not sure she's doing anything.
I think the Baron just goes over, and then we get another team fight.
Yeah,
And
Briar
the
ult
cycle
just
repeats.
misses the Samira, and you need to be glad about that. You're dead if you go in on that Samira. Yasuo's looking for maybe getting the Baron, but it doesn't come down, and now the gold lead's decreased to only about 2,000. Previously, it was close to 7 or 8. Jonah's now here. He can still one-shot Dave. However, Dave maybe can dash through something? It's tough to tell, though. Hullbreaker has been purchased for the Riven. Mike's just going to go for the pure split-pushing strategy. The Empowered Baron recall coming out for the Samira to get her to safety, and now the Bloodthirster is completed. 1 item left for Samira's inventory to be complete. Russ either caught out or catching out here. Does take a lot of damage and is able to just dodge most of the stuff. The Gravity Well is actually spell shielded by the Morgana.
Black Shield is huge.
Yeah, Briar across the map, shoving stuff in. Could ult, but as I said before, I'm not sure how much you're getting done with it. Samira looking to match the Briar. It looks like Samira's just staying away from the rest of the team, hoping that these important cooldowns get blown before enters a fight. Russ does have to burn the cast there, and this is the freest kill of Samira's life.
That's literally just auto Q auto, holy crap. All the QW auto.
Yeah, I mean, Briar's so far behind here and has built absolutely no resistances or tankiness. Riven is now just shoving in on both ends, so they're really caught out here. Jonah is getting rooted here, taking some damage, but he's going to need to look to initiate at some point. This split lane pressure from New York Nutbusters is so good.
But the Yasuo's coming in.
Yeah, but that just weakens the rest of their map. Briar's down, so now it's let's see, it's only a 2v3 here in the mid lane. Previously, they could have been able to win it. The Nico just kind of wandering around, trying to figure out what's the best place for her to be. The next Cloud Dragon is about to spawn. Ping's coming down from the New York Nutbusters. They might be able to turn this game around. They basically neutralized the gold lead out. If they're able to get this dragon, they might just have an actual advantage here.
Vision Soul setup.
Yeah, I mean, they're
No,
getting in a
we
really
did-
good
no, we
position
didn't.
here. Everyone is available, and Alex does have TP. The dragon isn't spawning for another 3 seconds, but now that it's up, Stanley also basing, which actually just means that they're not going to be able to contest this. They're just handing it over. Next dragon isn't up for, or Baron isn't up for 3.5 minutes. Stanley actually is here. Briar grabs the vision, just watches it go away. They have no chance of contesting this. And these teams are basically even in terms of stats at this point.
Yasuo is trying to do what Riven did before, pushing in the top side, and honestly, no one's just responding to it right now.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to
gonna
do it
notice-
into a super minion, though. It takes a lot more autos to just mindlessly shove out the wave, and he feels if he goes up, he's going to get punished for it. This Baron could be the next place to fight over, but it's not spawning for 3 minutes, and a lot can happen before then. Dave is almost full build. Looks like he's going to go for the Spirit Visage. Lots of healing for the Samira. Heal Cut is present on the Nico, though, and she normally is getting a lot of damage down. So I'm expecting that to be pretty effective. After the action slows down a little bit, Andromeda actually has regained the gold lead. I'm not really sure where the gold is going for them, but I think it's probably just the Yasuo. Lots of damage in the side lane. They weren't really able to pick up any towers here, but New York Nutbusters went off map and had to reset a bit. Russ honestly just feels like a solo laner with how strong that champion is at this current point. The extra resistances plus the AP giving you even more resistances on your W just makes you so tanky.
Built out of a Kindle chip.
Oh, is he actually?
That looks like it's going to be Abyssal Mask.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going full supportive. The Abyssal Mask only really helps the Morgana and the Gwen.
Yeah,
which,
I'm not
to be fair,
a huge
half the
fan of
game.
it. Samira is who you really want to amp for damage, but I think you might realize that the Samira is going to get focused in these fights, so you have to make sure that the rest of your team is doing damage.
Honestly, if he's gonna do this build, I would have liked to see Knight's Vow
Yeah,
and then,
Mike is just going for the solo kill. Might have to ult out there, yeah. The Flashing Knight is coming down, and TP is there defensively for Alex, but it looks like nothing's happening there. I don't know why Observers wants us to watch the Briar
It knows.
solo laning.
It knows
No,
you're only
please.
gonna see down here running.
Maybe it counts as like being CC'd, so it thinks it's interesting.
Oh wait,
I don't know.
that's a good angle.
Coding is weird. But now Briar is maybe getting picked off here. But no, just gotta be able to safely watch out. Or safely walk out. Baron is in a minute. If Andromeda is able to secure it, they can win the game. Same probably goes for the Nutbusters.
Yeah, it kind of feels like this. As soon as one team picks up a big fight, the game just ends.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of open inhibs, and I think these teams are deathbally enough that if you're wiping out some people, you're wiping out the entire team. And a 5-for-0, or even like a 5-for-1 or 2 is huge here. Alana just keeping these waves at bay. The way that she's using this champion is really interesting to me. Not the way we normally see it.
Trinimiria.
Not even. It's like you're just shoving the waves away and stalling stuff out, and then as soon as you find a chance, you're ulting into the fight. It's very interesting. I'm not sure if there's a champion that even like equates to it, because you're not actually clearing the waves very quickly. You're just kind of like stalling them. But the wave manipulation is very interesting. And they're all grouped. If they start hitting ults, it's fantastic. Yeah, as soon as she berserks, it swaps the camera to her, which is whatever.
Annoying.
Thanks, League of Legends. Jonah definitely fishing for an ulti here. As long as Alex is in range, anything's a good ulti as long as you're hitting multiple people. The Pop Blossom follow-up could be huge. PB a little caught out here. Damage going down onto Dave. Maybe he's not at full health anymore, but he's going to be able to heal it up pretty quickly. The Spear Visage is completed. Full build coming out from him. The Snare does not hit. They're positioning very interestingly here. Maybe looking for a flank. The Hullbreaker is probably now back again active on the Ribbon. She's going around for it, but nothing's hitting. Ribbon is now actually fully behind, going for this play, but it's just going to get spotted out. She doesn't actually get the immediate engage. Yasuo now hits it. Will's stalling out, but the Pop Blossom comes in huge. But Alex is stunned. Now Jonah comes in. Yasuo has not found an ulti yet, but Dave just walks in right into the Chaos Storm and just dies. It's so unfortunate. He thought he found the angle, and then as soon as he pops the R, Victor just silences him immediately.
That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know. Samira just needs to find an angle to get everything done there, and unfortunately gets nothing done instead. But it was a really good attempt.
Quick 2-0, nothing to see here. Andromeda wins, smile.
Yeah, Andromeda is going to be able to finish this off. They are going to be ending their season 3-7. Nutbusters' last game is going to be on tomorrow, and then the final game of the season is going to be Wednesday. But it was a good one.
Scrim Zone returns to being a tier list Scrim.
So true. My head is absolutely throbbing, so I'm not sure I'm really feeling up for an MVP interview. To be honest, I might just go to bed. But
I feel you. I've casted 3 games like actively alone, and then I was here to shitpost for the last 3. But like I'm also dying.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab Stanley in here actually because he is the captain. So I want to hear his take, but because they have finished off their season, but we'll make it quick.
No, it's fine.
Hello, Stanley.
Hi.
You guys get to end the season on a win, and a hell of a win at that. How are you feeling right now?
Pretty good. I mean, yeah, it's been like, I mean, we didn't make playoffs, but I'd say it's been a pretty fun journey, and like, we just wanted to kind of go out with a bang, you know?
Yeah, I mean, winning with 2 games of Briar ADC consecutively is, I'd say nothing short of impressive. I'm really glad we got to see the Victor. I think ending the season on Victor for you is a nice way to do it, but I do want to kind of keep it short. My brain is absolutely killing me, but we did give you MVP for the first game. That Blitzcrank was amazing. Is that something you've been practicing at all, or just wanted to play Blitz and happened to hit every hook you threw out?
Yeah, more of that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought my whole line of thought was, all right, I have a Briar 80 carry. How do I get the people to the Briar?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that actually worked really well. You also set that up for the Gangplank a lot. I think the reason that Jonah was able to get so far ahead is that you're securing him a lot of free kills with the Blitz hooks. So it's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
But yeah, I don't think I have too much more to ask. I think probably PB for the MVP for the second game. I don't know if you're thinking the same, Honan, but
yeah, PB did pretty good.
Yeah,
that's
Pop Blossoms.
Actually, insane. Wait. What about Jonah for boom damage?
If we stop the game at 20 minutes, maybe. They kind of figured out the Malphite play and shut it down pretty effectively, but I don't know. That was a really fun game to watch. The role swaps were a bit interesting. Do you think that's something that's going to continue into the next season, or is that more of just a last hurrah type thing?
Yeah, I think it was more. We wanted to make the finale of Andromeda season 6 very interesting. So
yeah, I would say it was completely spectacular. So I am going to end the stream there. Thanks for hopping in, Stanley, and congratulations.
Congratulations on 3 and 7.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.